Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pop Spot, where we pop about all the spots we love in professional wrestling. And this week, we are popping about all the spots we saw at RCW Fight for Honor. I am your host, Andre C. Right over here, it's my boy, my co-host. My boy is always with me on these, at least till the end of September. It's my boy, Adam. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine, Andre. Yeah, no, we're gonna have to talk about that when we get later to the end of the month. I've already talked about it. We can talk about it again at the end of the month.
We will.
But yeah. I have had a mixed weekend so far. Really good day on Friday. Really meh day on Saturday. But it's Sunday. Things are looking good. I've got plans after this. Gonna go hit up the Purple City Music Festival, see some of the LPW guys. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. On Friday we had a really good day with the Horde, and we went to the Norwood Legion for RCW Fight for Honor. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a great time, man.
And someone
I had a blast.
Someone ring announced.
It might be somebody on this screen. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, I get the ring announce show, and I will be back on September 20th to do it again.
Yeah, let's go. He's got a job, folks.
Yeah, big money. Yeah, big money.
Big money. More money than I'm making right
now. I don't know. It's independent. It's independent wrestling, bro.
I mean, I'm making zero right now, so.
Okay. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to chat about it. It's RCW Fight for Honor. We're going to fight for honor.
Let's go. Yeah, no, this was a fun show. There was a lot of good on this show. I'm very excited to break it down, because as it always is when he's ring announcing, I have to cover the show.
I did take some notes throughout the show.
Yeah, you did.
When I had chances. So I took literally the third match is me. I'm the note guy for that match.
Yeah, you're the note guy for that match, because I had to go get food and also go to the bathroom. But yeah,
so it kicked off.
Yeah, it kicks off,
and then
with Andre ring announcing and talking about the show and how great it's going to be, and then Krieger comes out.
Wasn't supposed to. He was scheduled for way later in the night. He was supposed to defend in a singles match later in the night.
Krieger, by the way, as we've talked before, 3 belts Krieger, currently 2 belts in RCW.
3 belts Krieger.
3 belts Krieger, RCW International Tag Champ, Top Talent King of the Triple Threat, and second most recently, RCW Canadian Champion. He got that off of Machete last month, I think, or 2 months ago in Calgary.
Was it Machete? Because I know Dangerous had it.
It was either Machete or Dangerous. It was one of the two.
Yeah. I think Machete got it back from Dangerous, and then Krieger beat him for it.
Yeah. So Krieger comes out. He cuts a promo. He says he's sick of being disrespected by the fans, by the company, and by Canada as a whole. Which, fair. I get that. We can be pretty disrespectful at times. I apologize on behalf of everyone else.
I don't agree with the statements that AWS has made.
He says he won't be here.
That statement does not represent Andre or Backbaker Media. We do not apologize to Krieger.
He says he won't be in this building for a second longer. He's just going to do his match and go home, win his match, go home. So we get a fun little fatal 4-way match for the RCW Canadian Championship. It is your champion.
No. So he was expecting his opponent, T.Y. Jackson, to come out.
Oh, and then other people came out.
Then Teen Richter decided to come out. And then Barricade decided to come out. And Ben literally turns to me and goes, I'm capping this. Nobody else. I don't want Steven Styles coming out here.
I don't think anyone in the crowd wanted that either.
That's what Ben's saying. So I'm just like, all right. I literally just kind of went by the curtain and went, no more. and then
Yeah.
and talked and said, okay, fatal four-way for the title. And we just thought, yeah, we
Great.
we
Yeah.
made it right there.
So.
It was already supposed to be a Krieger versus T.Y. for the title. We make it Krieger versus
Mhm.
Four for the title because the four-way that was supposed to happen kind of disappeared. And yeah, this is what we got.
Yeah. So now we have a fatal four-way for the RCW Canadian Championship. We have your champion, Scottish Killshot Krieger, versus T.Y. Jackson, versus Real Talk Dean Richter, versus Barricade for the title. Time to fist.
Yeah.
We kick off.
I had a conversation with one Dean Richter, and he said he wanted me specifically to say during his intro, and I decided not to, that this man has never fisted before. I went.
That's a
I
bold-faced
said.
lie.
I went. I don't feel comfortable saying that, so I didn't say it. He doesn't
Good for
believe in
you.
fisting. Dean doesn't believe in fisting, I guess.
Well, he cannot believe in fisting as much as he wants, but he does fist, unfortunately. So we kick off with a fun little spot where everyone attacks Barricade and everyone like does the clubbing blows to his back, and then Barricade just snaps and goes Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan and throws everyone off into each corner and then gives them each a big squish. I'm going to keep calling it that.
Right, the big squish. I didn't unmute
A big
myself.
squish, yes. What else have we got? We've got a Dean going wild with I can't remember who he did this to, but he does a big flying forearm into the corner. I think it's TY, and then he hits he transitions into a beautiful Snapdragon suplex.
Yes, that was TY. Yeah, I got that in my notes.
Very beautiful notes for that. We get more attacks to TY from Dean Richter, including his awesome hesitation drop kick to TY's solar plexus for 2.
And he wasn't even in the corner either. He was kind of seated more center when he
he was a bit more in the center of the ring, but he got that hesitation drop kick perfect. We get the discus forearm from Dean into Barricade, sending him into the corner, and Dean does some big kicks, some big fist kicks. TY eventually does come back. Oh wait, no, I skipped something. Barricade does come back. He goes for a Vader bomb on Krieger. Krieger manages.
He had chokeslam Krieger before. He chokeslammed Krieger and then slammed Dean off the top onto Krieger and stacked him.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, and then he body slammed Dean onto Krieger, and he goes for a big Vader bomb. Krieger and Dean manage to get out of the way, and because of that miss, TY goes for a pin on Barricade, and the heels manage to break up that near fall. Mm-hmm. TY with a massive tope con hio. He actually goes so far on it that he actually lands on his feet like a cat. Damn.
Wait, I saw it, like he landed, like he hit them, like off down, and then like almost like bang, and then bounced onto his feet. Almost.
Yeah,
like,
he did
like a bang.
It's like the thing he does where he rolls over the guy with like I call it the Assassin's Creed Revelation spot where he does like the hook blade over the guy.
Yeah, very much so. Like he
it's
comes
like
on,
that,
he hits them, but then rolls off of them after. But
it was really cool. TY with a great looking Frankensteiner on Dean, but Dean manages to roll through and power TY back up into an awesome looking power bomb. That was great. And then we get the finish. What was it? It was TY and Dean are stacked up in the corner. Barricade hits a big double German on Dean and TY.
Yeah, like he German Dean. Well, Dean was Germaning TY. It was great.
And TY just got yeeted across the ring. Krieger manages to take control of the situation immediately. Grabs Barricade back up, hits a beautiful looking snap DDT, and pins him for the win and the retention of the RCW Canadian title.
Yeah,
that was a great match. That was fun.
Yeah.
A lot of great spots.
Yeah, there's only one other spot I've gotten here that I want to talk about. TY is up on the top rope and he goes to dive onto Krieger, but Krieger like ducked it away, and TY lands rolls as he stands up. Krieger comes at him, hits just wrecking looking pump kick to him. Just almost pump kicks his head off.
Krieger's
Oh.
pump kick is beautiful.
Mm.
Post-match, Krieger is celebrating. Let's see here. I have here.
TY did
one
need
of
to be
the
helped to the back.
Yeah, TY needed to be helped to the back. That was serious. I saw that you were over
He got
there.
his bell rung. He
Mhm.
got his bell
Yeah,
rung.
he did get his bell rung. You were over there and you were like, "Are you okay?" And then Steve pushed you out of the way and
And the
attempted
refs
to
came
assist.
over and
You waved Ben over. I saw that. The only other note I have on this post match is a kid in the front row roasts Barricade for being down and keeps telling him to get up. I'm like, come on, you can't roast Barricade. He's one of the greatest people in this business in Edmonton. You can't roast that man. But that was a great match. Definitely no complaints from me. That was a lot of fun. But we move on to match number 2 of the evening. It is current RCW hardcore champion Moondog Manson versus the German powerhouse Kat Von Hees. So let's see here. My first note I have here is cats versus dogs. I've seen a Disney movie like this before. Shout out to the obscure reference. That movie, I loved that movie when I was a kid. I had a VHS of Cats versus Dogs. Let's see here. Cat.
You call yourself a stand-up comedian?
No, that was more of a sit-down joke. Trust me, this real stand-up comedian comes up in the third match.
A sit-down comedian. Okay, I like it.
So Kat manages to start, like, Moondog is incredibly apprehensive about hitting a girl to start off this match, and I'm like, brother, I think you fought Kat Von Hees before. It's just a wrestling match. Like, intergender stuff is a thing now. Kat manages to start off doing a bunch of pulls Moondog outside and does a lot of beating on the outside. We get Kat managing to spear Moondog down once they go back into the ring. And then she goes into the Luthez press and does a bunch of punches. It looked pretty good. We get... Yeah, I'm skipping that. We get Kat manages to come back from a large rest hold, like a long ass sleeper from Moondog. She manages to power back out with a massive looking Samoan drop for precisely 2.85037802.
I calculated like 2.7542455, but okay, we'll go with your number.
Damn, I appreciate it. Let's see here. Okay, you might be able to specify a bit more on this, but I have Kat hitting a core for 2. I think it's just a cat version of a gore.
I was just yelling core instead of gore for some stupid ass reason.
Yeah, so she hits a gore for 2, but Moondog manages to grab the ropes, so that breaks up that pin. Moondog with his usual stuff, he pulls the turnbuckle pad off, almost whips Kat into it. Kat manages to avoid it at the last second, jump up onto the middle rope, and hit a big crossbody for 2. But we get to the end. Moondog manages to pull his chain out while our referee...
You missed one of the best spots in this match.
Oh, I did? Okay, please tell me.
When he tried to low blow Kat.
I had that written down. I guess I missed that. Yeah, no, so Moondog goes to low blow Kat, and she just stands there. And it's like,
dumbass.
Nothing worked. It didn't work. Like that.
There's a reason it didn't work, dumbass.
Yeah, it doesn't work. You'd think that would at least hurt her a little bit, but like, obviously,
but it's not going to affect her the same way it's going to affect the dude.
That is absolutely true. Which is, I forgot about that. I'm so sorry. Thank you for mentioning that. We get the finish of the match where our referee Matthias Jimothy Slaps goes to take the turn.
No. I've been informed that there's another name. There's been another name added to his name.
Another name added. Okay, go on.
Matthias Jimothy Marcus Slaps.
Matthias Jimothy Marcus Slaps. Thank you for the information. So Matthias Jimothy Marcus Slaps manages to get the turnbuckle pad back, and he's going to tie it back onto the corner. And of course, while he's distracted with that, Moondog grabs his chain, hits Cat with a chain assisted fist, while Matt is fixing it, and he gets the big pin and the win over Cat Von Hees. Post match, Cat does manage to get her heat back with a massive looking stunner. Cat gets Moondog's chain, and as Moondog is running away and leaving with his belts and without his chain, he goes, "Oh, she's got a weapon! She's cheating!"
I even offered her I was grabbing his bat and his titles were still at the ringside because I was told to leave them there. He didn't want me touching his shit. I grabbed his bat to go give it to him, and then went, "Hey, you want this?" to Kat to hit him with, but she just went, "No." And then he started yelling about the chain she was holding as I'm handing him his bat and his titles. But
that's valid. But this was a fun little match. I'm sorry I forgot about that one like hilarious spot. That was probably my favorite spot in the first half of the show.
I will shout out to Mr. Moondog Manson. He is now the Glory Grappling Hardcore Champion. That was the other championship on his shoulder.
That's what that was. Okay.
He won that this past weekend out in Onaway at Glory Grappling. I was planning to go to that, but my day just got away from me, so I didn't get out there to it. He won that at Glory Grappling out in Onaway just this past weekend. So yeah.
Fair enough. So we move on. I'm going to talk about this bit because I feel like it's a bit of a sore spot for Andre. We get into, we're about to begin the third match, and Andre is in the ring, ready to announce it, and who comes out but everyone's favorite gambling sensation, Gussie Jones. And he says, hold on a minute, I'm taking control of this ring announcing this match. And he basically tells Andre to hit the bricks and head out to his seat.
Next time he tries that shit, I'm going to smack the face off of his face.
I do not agree with the opinions of my co-host Andre C in terms of Gussie Jones.
You do.
He does not reflect the opinions of AWS or Backbreaker Media.
No. It does reflect Backbreaker Media. I can assure you that.
Damn it.
Backbreaker
okay, well, I tried Gussie.
About slapping Gussie in the face.
Damn, I tried Gussie. So Gussie comes out, and he is the official ring announcer and roast master for match number 3. My favorite ones that he does, I have one favorite for every one of the wrestlers. For Steve, by the way, the match is a tag team contest. It is Steve Wild and Old Dog Dan Jarvis versus the Canadian Goose Cal Shaw and Outlaw Scotty Ace. Because Gussie was very specific on saying outlaw. So my favorites for roasts for each of these people. For Steve Wild, he says, my favorite wrestler of all time, Steve Long Fighting Wild. I'm like, okay, that one was pretty good. For Dan Jarvis, he calls him Old Yeller instead of Old Dog. That one got me. For Goose, he said
and then when after he finishes, he says the old guys instead of old school violence.
The old guys. That's great. For Goose, I think this may just be a part of his normal entrance, but he says Goose is from Goose Jaw, Saskatchewan. He's not. It's hilarious.
He's from the skies over the Great White North, and he does weigh in at light as a feather.
Gussie did get that right. And then my favorite one was for Scotty. He says for Scotty, weighing in at 290 pounds with the hat, 120 pounds without the hat.
That's a freaking heavy hat, man.
Yeah, heavy waist.
That guy's got strong
on the Cowboys' chest.
Neck muscles. That guy's got neck muscles.
Yeah, that guy is stacked on the chest and neck area. But I'm going to throw the calling of this match to my buddy Andre because he has the most notes on this match.
So I did miss the first couple minutes of this. Well, Adam did go to the food. I had to run people's gear to the back.
Yep.
But I came back. Scotty's in there, and he's really going, taking it to Wild. Wild does eventually fight back and dropping him. Dangerous comes in, starts beating on Scotty, but we get the double team from Scotty and Goose, double teaming on Dangerous. And then I get somebody gets in my ear. Doesn't Scotty Ace remind you of Ace, if you put glasses on him, of Spike Dudley? I'm like,
Yes, I remember
okay.
hearing this discourse.
I have Mike in my ear saying that. I'm like, okay. Of early Spike Dudley, like early on Spike Dudley.
Yeah, like ECW era Spike Dudley. He's got that sort of vibe.
I think Scotty Ace might need glasses. Wild ends up taking control. He's tied at one point, ties up Scotty's legs, or ties him apart, like hooks him in the ropes apart, while the referee is distracted and drops the headbutt right into the lower abdominal section of one Scotty Ace.
That is not what I thought he was headbutting, but sure.
He was to the lower, as Steve Wild would probably put it, the lower abdominal. That's what he.
All right, that sounds a lot better than what I put. So good.
Huge enzuigiri by Scotty to Dangerous at one point to fight back. Gets the hot tag to Goose, but as Goose comes in, Dangerous beats Goose down immediately. Doesn't even
the
get
dog mauls the goose.
A little bit later, Tyrone is just constantly missing the tags of Goose and Ace, and it's just like, come on, man, get some glasses, you old fuck. Like,
yeah,
Jesus.
That's two people in this match that need glasses.
It's just the end of this, though, or later toward in the match, Dangerous takes Scotty outside, starts beating him up on the floor, throws the garbage can at him on the floor. Goose hits his double underhook, or I don't think he hit the sister. He didn't hit Abagoose, but he hit I think it was a double underhook or hit a DDT to Wild in the ring, and the ref takes forever. Comes down 1, 2, and then Tyrone, the ref, just stands up and just looks away, and I'm like, what the fuck? So with his back turned, because I guess he got distracted being Scotty up on the floor. I don't know. Wild low blows the Goose, hits him with the Snapdragon for the win.
Yeah.
In a very fast count by one.
Yeah,
Mr.
no,
Tyrone.
like literally. Like the difference between 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. It's like night and day. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, no, this was an okay contest. I don't have any real complaints. I've said more than enough on what I want to say on my opinions on old school violence as a whole. I'm glad that everyone in here was technically sound and really well worked. Really good workers. Very happy with Dangerous. I don't get to see him too often. I love watching him work. He's got that old school heel, fucking bump and grind, like the down, ground and pound, grind the opponent out type of style.
A little bit of bump and grind.
I don't know why I was just quoting a Fringe show, like whatever. Yeah, no, this was pretty fun. But we moved on to match number 4. Gussie left. Andre finally was able to ring announce again. Thank goodness.
Well, he left halfway through the tag match. So I had to call the finish. So dude didn't even stick around to finish his job of calling the match. He wanted to call the match, and he left halfway through and left me to call the winners. I didn't want to call those two as winners.
He had to go litigate someone. He'll litigate you next.
He'll litigate maybe litigating like 3 or 4 beers into me. That's about it.
Oh jeez. So we move on to match number 4 of the evening. It is the healer Harlan Abbott versus Nasty Nate Nixon. I don't think I've ever seen these two wrestle each other before. I was surprisingly excited to see this contest.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it before. It was about a year, 2 years ago. Last couple of years, I think they faced each other before. I could be wrong,
Probably,
but
but I
oh, you're
wasn't
saying I'm
watching.
probably wrong. Okay.
No, you're probably right. I just wasn't watching indie wrestling at the time.
I feel like they wrestled in 2024. I feel like they wrestled each other in 2024.
I suppose that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we we begin, and I have to shout out our boy Mike again. Not Mike from Backbreaker Media, but Mike Wright. Uh, at the last Top Talent show, we talked about how stupefied he was of Harlan's Pope gear, and this time Harlan came out in just a Top Talent wrestling shirt, and Mike was pissed he wasn't wearing the Pope outfit. I was super happy with that. So we
Yeah.
begin. Nate going nasty mode on Harlan to start off with a lot of brutal looking strikes. He rips his shirt off, not his shirt, his nasty shirt off, and he manages to throw it right where his merch is on the merch table.
Perfect shot, right behind. He threw it behind the merch table. Got it to behind his merch table,
which is hilarious. That was good.
Yeah,
that was very fun.
No free shirts for fans.
Yeah, no free shirts, not allowed. Good for him. So Nasty manages to let's see here. What do we got? Oh, we've got a beautiful looking Harlan kip up, and he goes for his like cannonball, but he goes so fast, and Nate gets out of the way. It looks incredibly brutal the way he clatters into the corner here, which was it was just absolutely crazy for me. What else have we got?
Oh, when he did the cannonball and he just crashed in the corner, missing Nate.
Yeah,
When
he just
missed
clattered into the corner.
Yeah, that was so good. That was really
That was very good. Let's see. We get Nate coming back with his nasty combination.
March 30th, 2024. March 30th, 2024.
That's what you were looking up. Thank you. Good.
Yes.
That was before I started watching indie wrestling again, which is fair.
He didn't come in until late last year.
Yeah, late last year. So yeah, he does his nasty combination of strikes with like all the elbows and the like thrust punch. It was a lot of fun. He goes up top for his twisting splash, but he misses it. Harlan manages to get out of the way at the last second. Harlan gets Nasty Nate into the corner. He goes for his corner enziguri, but he kicks him so hard that he almost rolls out of the top over the top rope and out of the ring, which I thought was hilarious.
Yep, that was insane.
Yeah. Let's see here. We get so Harlan hits the so he hits the F5. Is there another name for this move?
F5000, F5 million, F500, whatever you want to call it. In New Japan, Bolton Oleg calls it the verdict.
That's what I was looking for. So he hits the verdict, which is actually a more fitting name for Harlan, which it actually makes sense. So he hits the verdict, then he goes for another verdict, but Nate reverses it into a buck nasty. But then Harlan reverses the buck nasty into a beautiful looking tombstone pile driver. That was just an awesome sequence.
But it looked gross. It looked like he hurt Nate with that tombstone. I was just like, ah.
Yeah, no, that was a really well done tombstone. It was brutal.
Gross in a good way. I don't mean it bad. Gross in a good, just he murdered him. That was just.
Yeah, it was a brutal looking tombstone. We get the finish of the match now, unless you have anything else.
No, I got nothing. You got everything I was thinking of.
Perfect. We get the finish. Harlan goes to the top rope and he hits a massive 450 on Nate Nixon for the win. And this was probably the most fun contest. Actually, no, the next match might actually. I was thinking most fun contest of the first half of the show. But the next match might beat that.
This was so much fun. I gotta give it up. I've watched been watching Harlan for years.
Mm-hmm.
Back when he was the previously more recently unalived um, heavy metal, who was like
Yeah.
heavy metal was destroyed a couple years ago. Um, Dude has evolved so much, like pre-pandemic to what he is when he came back to the pandemic to what he is just now. It's insane to see the evolution in Harlan. And I got to say the same thing about Nasty Nate Nixon. I've been watching him for a long while. So I'm started out at MPW and evolution. This dude's now he's going to the air now. That corkscrew splash, I think we only saw it for the first time at LPW a week ago.
That
I don't
was
think
the
I'd seen
first
him hit
time,
him
yeah.
that before. Yeah, or that was the first time I had seen him hit it. And man, like the evolution in Nasty Nate and how he's evolved over these past few years has been insane. Like just watching these guys now, you're just watching and putting them together. You're pretty much watching a masterclass in professional wrestling, putting these two together.
Oh yeah, both of them are phenomenal. Both of them have wrestled some of the best that this sport has seen.
Now, we're going to talk about the opposite of a masterclass in professional wrestling. We're going to talk about a hardcore, crazy
knockdown, drag out fight.
murder.
Yeah, murder fight. So we move on to match number 5, if you want to call it a match, but it is officially sanctioned hardcore match. It is Syd Greed, shotgun Syd Greed versus JJ Spade. This match it's exactly what Andre said, the opposite of a technical masterclass. This was just a brutal fight.
Read us the list of weapons, because we know you have the list.
Plunder Watch. Plunder Watch is back with a vengeance. I just realized in 2 weeks, Plunder Watch is going to be a pain in the ass for me, considering what's happened. We'll talk about it at the end.
We'll talk about September 20th. Yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah. So we have that gold-looking like serving tray thing, or like it's like a Centurion shield that's like made out of aluminum. And the thing I want to point out about that weapon specifically is whenever they used it, Mel Ball behind me just started cackling because she just loves the sound it makes. So we have that.
It's that tang.
That
sound,
tang, yeah. Yes. So we have that. We have a chain. We have at least, I think it was 3 chairs. We have
black one and 2 chairs. Yeah, 3 chairs. Black one and 2 gray chairs.
We have a fold open closet door that's like 4 layers of. It's like one of those opening ones that like you fold it open and you fold it closed.
So I found out something. It's one of those ones that like opens into 2 doors, right?
Yeah,
it's a 2-door, but it's been nailed shut.
Yeah, it's been nailed together like a big packet of wood. Yeah, that was crazy. Another plywood board.
The melody board. Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe that was a bag of thumbtacks.
Oh yeah, well. we were cleaning them up during intermission. Those were a bitch to clean up.
Yeah, and I think that's it because I didn't see any kendo sticks or anything. There was one more weapon, but that's in a later match.
Yeah, that's it for this one. But oh my god, like I gotta. Can you mind if I just talk about a couple of the spots in here?
Please do.
So, I don't even think we need to go through this match like as we do a normal match. We just got to talk about the spots we loved in this. This was insane. There's this like pile driver style move off the apron through trying to go through this closet door, and the door slid off of the apron, and they just all go crashing to the floor. And like he looks like he murdered Sid. JD looked like he murdered Sid on that pile driver.
It looked awful.
Oh,
in the best way.
And then JJ went to pick up a chair and he cut his hand open.
Yeah, he swung a chair and he cut his thumb open. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. So, dude, this match was pure insanity. Like, I just had to talk about that one spot. That pile driver trying to go through that closet door. Holy shit.
Yeah, there's another spot I want to talk about in particular. It's JJ's up on the top with Sid. Sid manages to stun JJ with a few punches. He goes for a massive sunset flip through 2 chairs. And he overshoots it just a little bit. Like he puts Spade through the chairs, but he overshoots it to the point where his legs are also going through the chairs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
It
and he
was
looked.
it was almost like it was almost like if we didn't see him rotate over before JJ to pull him down, you would have
Mhm.
thought he hit a code red. You would have thought it
Yeah,
was a code red almost because the way the legs and JJ hit the same area, you would have thought code red, but we saw him rotate over first.
yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
It was
Ugh.
brutal
Ugh.
looking.
Mm.
It looked really painful.
There was a
Uh,
suplex. There was a suplex by JJ onto the folded open chair, so it's sitting open,
yeah.
and
Mhm.
Syd landing on the top of the back of the chair.
Yep.
Ah,
Yeah, no, it's just a bunch of brutal stuff. We get a little ultra violence as JJ hits a spindly bindly into an open chair as well. That was
mhm.
a lot of fun. You get both.
Half spindly bindly, half spindly bindly. You can get the
Less
full spinny
bindly,
on it.
more spindly.
Spindly, more spindly. Yeah.
Yes. Uh, we get JJ attempts to go all in with a big he pours out the tax. He attempts to go all in with a big like splash onto Syd or something. I think it's like he does that, but Syd manages to grab him for a big power bomb on the tax. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, it looked brutal as well.
Mm-hmm.
Friggin' JJ he hooks both of Syd's arms at one point, and he does a double underhook destroyer onto the tax. Like
Oh.
every time I think you can't get any more brutal, they up it 2 levels, which is crazy.
And I think this is where we got Dean coming out.
Yeah, Dean came out. He does not want JJ to win anything, so he
Mm-hmm.
continues to be a thorn in JJ's side. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but Syd wants to get the win. So Syd actually hits Dean in the finish. Dean comes out and attempts to, with JJ. Syd hits Dean off of the apron. JJ pulls Syd into a roll up, cinches it, gets the 3 and the win in this hardcore contest. We have post match to talk about. And then I have another thing I'd like to talk about this match. So,
Go ahead.
post match, Syd hits a pile driver onto JJ post match, and he gets the mic. Like he was pissed too because like he looks at you and he yells Andre, and then he fucking motions for the mic. How did you feel in that moment?
I wasn't expecting because I don't know this dude wants to talk after. If I'm made aware, but he just screams and I'm like it literally made me jump and I'm like, oh please don't kill me. Like all I
Yeah.
could think was please don't kill me. And he's like, give me the mic. I'm like, dang it.
Yep. So he takes the
I don't
mic from
fuck with this.
Andre, and he says that he wants to essentially murder JJ. He just needs to end. So in 2 weeks, on September 20th, we're gonna get JJ versus Syd Greed in a death match, a actual honest to goodness death match. And he doesn't just say it's JJ versus Syd. He says he invites anyone and everyone that wants to join in on this death match. He wants it to
Wow.
be.
I can
Go ahead.
officially say I will not be joining in. Even though I'm working on that show, I am not a wrestler and I do not want to fuck with Syd.
That's understandable. Like if Syd, I'm not joining the match either. But if Syd looks at me and tells me to like hold something or like do something, I am going to do it because I don't want him to kill me.
No, I'll run away scared.
That's fair. I don't want to run away. I want to watch it, but I also don't want to die. So,
Yeah.
yeah, he invites literally anyone in the business to join this match, which is really cool. But the last thing I want to mention is something that happened in the middle of this match, and it has to concern the referee for the contest. Matthias Jimothy Marcus slaps.
Yep.
So this is a fun story he told me after the show, and I feel like I should put this in. So there was a point where I think it was during the bit where Syd hits he like flattens the chair with that move. I forget what you said. But at that point, one of the feet of the chair came off and landed in the middle of the ring. And Matthias Jimothy Marcus Slaps looks at that and he says, "Oh, that's a bit conspicuous. I should probably get rid of that." And he kicks it out of the ring. And he kicks it. There's a fan in the front row. He's sat bow-legged like us. And this foot of the chair hits the guy in the balls and he cows over and dies. And the whole crowd starts laughing. I'm like, Matthias, you've turned heel, my guy. You just sacked the fan.
Yep.
Yeah, goddamn, Matthias. But that was a perfect time to go into intermission, as we did. They had to clean up the ring, which I think is perfectly fair. But we came back from intermission, and we began with match number 6, the semi-main event of the evening. It is an RCW North American Championship match. It is Osakan wrestling sensation Christian Starr versus the RCW North American champion.
No. Okay.
I'll let you do your thing. I'm finishing the thing. The RCW North American champion, son of Irish Kody Garcia. Now, would you like to introduce Christian Starr?
If I can find my paperwork.
Yeah, no worries. I can wait.
I'm trying. There it is. Found it. Just loading it up. So, Christian Starr. He is our Canadian indie god, the Osaka Mary Pro Japanese wrestling prodigy, the local wrestling lucha star, and a death match legend. He is Christian Starr.
Let's go. Great. The first time you sent me that, I was like, oh my God, he is either going to love this or hate this.
All I know is this kid loves death matches, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Christian Starr
in that death match. Yeah, I wouldn't be
during a
surprised
death match because the kid
fun.
likes death matches. He's done a couple of them now.
Yeah, I saw that one death match, clips from that one death match he did with Tyler Arrow. That was a lot of fun. But this is a dream match for a lot of people, me included. This is two of the greatest talents in Canadian indie wrestling right now.
Yep.
And I was just amazed at this whole match.
This is a rematch. This
is a rematch, but
for some of us, this is a rematch. They were a tag team at one point last year. They tagged a little bit, then they had a little breakup, and then they fought a bit, and then they went apart, and now they're fighting again, which I'm always down for.
Yeah, always fun.
I was gonna say, can I talk about Son of Irish's entrance gear before we keep going?
I was going to talk about his jacket as well. Please go ahead.
So, we were having a conversation. So I came out with this beautiful purple jacket.
It was really nice looking,
and we were chatting about it, and somebody said it looks like a Willy Wonka jacket. I'm like, no. It's like somebody went to go get an Assassin's Creed jacket, but got the Willy Wonka variation and forgot to sew on the hood.
Yeah, it's exactly what that is. It's literally like a old school, like Renaissance Italy jacket, but colored purple and without the hood. That's very well put, my friend. Yeah, and yes, of course, everyone in the crowd started chanting Willy Wonka at him. It was a lot of fun. He was like, "Shut up!" It was great. So Christian, to start off,
I just realized it. He's like if Willy Wonka became an Assassin's Creed character.
Yes, well done. That was great. So Christian starts off this match with something he did at the last Love show. I'm officially calling it the triple rope terror, where he hits the tope suicida through the bottom two ropes.
The low
then
pay.
He hits the low pay. Then he hits the tope suicida through the top two ropes. Then he hits the tope con hilo.
So I missed this because this is when I was walking people's gear to the back.
Yeah.
I was so mad that I missed it.
Yeah, so he hits the I'm calling it the triple rope terror, and after that we got the he's a star chance going, and that was a lot of fun. We get Soy hitting I called it a Soy nominal forearm for 2, where he does AJ's phenomenal forearm. Soy, he's just doing a bunch of Randy Orton moves. He does the spinning, the spinning slam thing he does. He did the vintage Orton Hangman DDT for 2. My favorite part about that, he hits the Hangman's DDT, he gets the 2, and then he looks at the ref and he just yells, "How? How?" So good. Let's see here. Christian manages to come back and fire back up with a massive Blue Thunder Bomb. Very happy with how
Well,
that
he
looked.
caught it. It's how because Soy comes running at him and he caught him midair and then spun him into the Blue Thunder.
Yeah.
Like he caught him like jumping at him into a Blue Thunder. And then he had to change the momentum. He changed the momentum to spin around and hit it. Looked really good.
Very beautiful. We get the exchange of Irish going for 3 Irish friends and Christian going for the 3 cosmic friends. The eternal struggle, but it ends with, I think Soy hits a Snapdragon suplex at the end, or was it Christian? One of them hit a Snapdragon.
One of them did. I can't remember who.
Yeah,
I think it was Soy.
I think it was Soy. Christian fires back up with his big comeback spot. He hits the Sling Blade. He hits the Osaka Destroyer. He hits a beautiful rolling Star Cutter. Just a bunch of beautiful moves again.
That somersault cutter was picture perfect.
Yeah, and then he goes for a springboard Star Cutter off of the top rope, and Soy drop kicks him as he's coming down for it. He goes for the pin off of that, and Christian kicks out at precisely 2.9999635478.
That's what I got.
Nice. See, I can count. Let's see. Soy gets the last weapon of the show out. He gets a beautiful table straight from the 1970s. Just the way it looked. It looked like that stained old wood. He lays Starr on it. He gives him a couple of slaps. But Starr manages to get back up off of it. He punches Soy because Soy's on the top rope. He's going to try and splash through the table. Stuns Soy. Then he readjusts. Christian goes back, readjusts the table, gets up onto the top rope, and he hits a massive Spanish fly through the table. And it just looked phenomenally beautiful.
So he goes for the pin, and who pulls the ref out?
Krieger. It's Soy's boy. The Celtic Union strikes again. So yeah, Christian pulls Smalls, or not Christian. Krieger pulls Smalls out of the ring as Christian goes for the pin. But Irish manages to, while Smalls is distracted with Krieger, Irish kicks Christian in the balls. He hits his beautiful double underhook sit out power bomb for the 3 and the win and the retention of his title. Unfortunately, Christian kind of got screwed out at the end because the Celtic Union are still running roughshod in RCW. I'll give
all credit to Krieger. He doesn't need help winning his matches. He just wins that shit. Soy, I can't give credit to. He needs Krieger.
Yeah.
Krieger doesn't need Soy. Soy needs Krieger.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at Krieger going, why are you still associating with this little gnat? You don't need him. He doesn't help you, but you're forced to come and help him. You are the RCW champion.
Yeah, you're the Canadian champion.
Yes, Soy is the North American champion. Technically, that's a bigger title, but you're the Canadian. You're the champion. You shouldn't be worrying yourself with this little gnat. You really shouldn't.
Yeah, you really shouldn't. Like, come on, man. But this was a beautiful contest. We'll talk more about it later. But we need to move on to the main event of the evening. It is a cat collar match, which it really annoyed me because all the marketing for this match beforehand was they were calling it a dog collar match, and I mean, like, he's a cat. Anyway,
and specifically, Rich challenged him to a cat collar match at the last show
at Blood of War. Yeah.
And so I love the graphic with the collars in the front. Mel sent me she's like, why is there collars over top each one? I'm like, because they're in a cat collar match. She's like, what?
Yeah.
This is like a day or two before the show.
Collar match. It is the King of the North, everyone's favorite rad, the radzest man
The
on the
Radsest,
planet,
the Radsest man alive,
the radzest man alive,
a man
King of
from
the
the
North,
Yukon.
Rich King
Yeah.
versus Amerikato, which is weird because he came like Amerikato came out. He was in his old Kato gear, like his Thailand-based Kato gear, but he
Still
came
had his
out to
flag.
Real American. It was
He still had his
super
flag.
weird. He
Yeah.
still had his flag. I missed that. I
But
wasn't
all
looking.
I can say is Duggan does it better.
Yep, I agree with that chant. Duggan does indeed do it better. Rich King comes out. Do you want to talk about Rich King at the beginning when he's getting the collar on?
Yeah, so I was requested by referee Judge Ben Oman to remain in the ring after my introductions to help him get the collars on Kato and to Rich. So he goes over, puts the collar on Rich, and Rich says, he says to Ben, pull it tighter, pull it tighter. He's already got it around his neck. So that was questionable. So he goes over to Kato. Kato's fighting him. So I kind of went over and tried to help hold Kato down so he can get the collar on Kato.
Because cats hate collars.
They do. So then he comes back and we're going to hook the chain up. We have the chain separated and we're hooking the chain up to Rich. And Rich puts in my ear, this isn't the first time I've had I've had this. And then he whispers in my ear, it won't be the last if you play your cards right. And I'm like, I'm like bewildered by this. I'm like, what the fuck? And then we get the Kato hooked up, and I'm just like, I was like, I need to get out of this ring, and I just bailed out of the ring. I'm like,
that is terrifying.
I was a little bit scared.
Yeah, that is terrifying.
I had a little bits of other feelings, but I was a little bit scared.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. So as you and Ben were putting the collars and the chains on, I put in a note. The only way this match could be better is if they were both shock collars.
That's what I was thinking I was thinking the same thing in the ring. I'm like, I wish they were shock colors.
And they just go off randomly during the match. That'd be crazy fun. You can keep that. So we get this is the first collar match I've seen live, and I will say as a thought for this whole match, I love how innovative they were with the collar and the chains. It was a lot of fun. A lot of the spots they did.
When they're in the ring and like Kato hooked the chain around the post and kept pulling Rich into the corner chest first, and then they were doing the same thing on the floor. Rich was doing it to Kato on the floor. They were wrapped around the post. He was pulling him into the post and everything.
Yeah, he was
really good spots.
Good. Yeah, it was really good. Like a bunch of tug of war set spots from the entire match as a whole. We get Kato. Kato whips Rich into the corner and does a big back scratch as a cat want to do on Rich. This is one of the spots where he takes the chain, wraps it around the post while Rich is in the corner, and he just pulls it to choke Rich with the collar and the chain. And I thought that was really cool. Where's my favorite spot? I'm looking for that. Did I not write it down? No,
there's a great spot where Kato took the chain and like tied the chain around the ropes with Rich's arm in it, and he started just beating down. And Rich eventually did fight back, got the chain off, and then punched him in the face. But it was really great. Like I love the way they incorporated the chain into a lot of the stuff here.
There it is. So this is my favorite spot of the match, and it was probably my favorite spot of the show, honestly. There was one more weapon that I forgot. Rich pulls out a spray bottle and he starts spraying Kato. That is perfect.
I got handed a spray bottle. I was told to put it in the corner of the ring. I'm like, okay, why? You're like, just do it. So I did. Yeah. And then as I'm moving something, Ben takes the bottle and starts taking it to the back. I'm like, Ben, get back here. I need that. He's like, why? I'm like, it's supposed to be here. I was told to. I'm like, God damn it, man.
Yeah. We get a beautiful this goes on for a while. There's a lot of tug of war, a lot of pulling each other into the posts and into the corner. Rich eventually does come back and he hits his beautiful over the top rope tips up DDT. Great move. He catches Kato, but Kato kicks out at 2.780-446-8487. Which, yeah.
I didn't have my
Let's see.
timer on that one, so that's
That's
I
fair.
trust you. I trust you.
Kato hits a beautiful looking stunner, but he wastes a bit of time and does the litter box burying taunt. And because of that, Rich kicks out at 2. We get the finishing sequence where Rich reverses a chain attack from Kato, where Kato balls up the entire chain and tries to like hit him with it. Rich reverses it, hits him with a chain attack for 2, and then as Kato is getting up, he cinches Kato over his back, hits the Rich Olympic Slam for the 3 and the win. And post-match, Rich does tie up Kato, does like a hog tie without like putting all of the limbs together. It's like just the legs are tied up. And I was hoping he was going to do the Repo Man thing where he'd use the rest of the chain to tie up against the ropes, like what he used to do back in the 90s. Yeah. That would have been a fun way to cap off that show, but it was a lot of fun. Very happy with how this show went. You have anything about that match?
No, again, I really enjoyed it. I gave the thoughts I had during the match. Just, it's like it was a really fun. It's a really fun match. Like these two, I thought, just how they were creative with the chain, how they worked everything. I thought was really good, and I always love seeing Rich King take a win because he's the king of the North.
He is indeed the king of the North, and that was the end of the show. But of course, Andre, our friend, has to mention one last thing.
Yeah,
the show September 20th.
I was informed by one.
Yes.
I was informed earlier in the show, but Mr. Steven Styles, our RCW promoter, told me to announce that the next show will be on September 20th, featuring the retirement of one Syd Greed in his death match. So it's not just a death match; it is his retirement death match. So if you have ever loved watching Syd Greed wrestler, show up Saturday, September 20th. Because this match is going to be insane. This match is going to be crazy. This match is going to be disgusting. I guarantee this.
This is the swan song of One Shotgun Syd Greed. And if you have ever worked with him, if you have ever enjoyed your time watching him, if you've ever liked him in general, be there. Because this is one of the most important night in Syd Greed's career so far. Because it's the last match.
Yeah. Never say never in professional wrestling until he Terry Funks it. Never say never in professional wrestling. But if you can be there because it will be incredible.
It would be insane, absolutely. So before we get to the end of the pop spot, we have to talk about our match of the night. Yeah, I have my match of the night, and it's pretty obvious. Match of the night for me is Son of Irish versus Christian Starr.
It is for me too.
Yes, we're matching again. It was incredibly fun. It was such a it was as much of a technical masterclass as you can expect. These are two of the best wrestlers in Canada right now. If you're a promoter, fucking book these guys because they are great.
I have to give an honorable mention though. It's my mention. This is honorable mention to the main event.
The main event was a lot of fun.
How creative they were with the chain and how well it was done. Again, a big shout out to that. But again,
I have to give my honorable mention to actually Harlan and Nate. They also had an incredible technical masterclass. Again, this was my first time seeing them wrestle. I was very happy with what they did, and I was very happy that it went the length that it did. And it was just really, really awesome. Both of them did incredible work. So a lot of fun.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So we've come to the end of another episode of the Pop Spot. But before we go, Adam, where can they find you, sir?
All right. Well, you can find me on the Blue Sky at awscomedy.bluesky.social. You can find me on the Instagrams at awscomedyye. And if you want to watch me, Andreas, and my buddy Malcolm, all three of us are good friends, not best friends, because me and Malcolm are best friends, but God, I am fucking this up. Yeah, so if you want to watch us talk about Power Rangers and review episodes and possibly have interviews with special people, possibly we have something in the works, you can check us out at the Morphomania Podcast on youtube.com/@humanoidfreak2515. And I want to make an apology for what I said last episode. It turns out I was wrong about the grindstone stuff. So the grindstone, I said last show that they had actually hit their goal of 40K. I was actually wrong. They were at a 75% of their goal, which I apologize. I did not want to spread misinformation. I will rectify that now. They are currently at 75% of their goal, where they've got about 3,500 in monthly donations now, and they're currently sitting at about $21,985 raised out of $40,000. So if you enjoy theater in the city, if you enjoy improv, sketch comedy, burlesque, any type of theater, and you want to support a subsidized theater space where new and emerging artists can perform their shows, like me and a few of my friends at Mixtape. There will be a Mixtape show coming up on the 25th of September. I don't know if I'm performing in it yet, but if I am performing in it, you people will know. Yeah, you can check out the donation link down there, grindstonetheater.ca/donate. Give them some scratch. Give them some money if you can. There are options to donate big money to sponsor a seat in the theater or to sponsor a bathroom if you want. If you have that kind of money and you want to, throw it out to the theater community and the theaters and the arts scene in Edmonton. That's the word I was looking for. I'm going to stop rambling because clearly I can't talk. Where can they find you, my friend?
You can find me on the X Blue Sky at that Canada Guy, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at that Canada Dude. You can find me over on our local establishment on YouTube and Twitch. I just dropped a POV this morning. We talked about football, F1, a little bit of WWE, talking about AJ Lee's return.
Super happy about that.
Super happy about that. And then we did our predictions for today, all of Sunday. I guess we're recording this on Sunday. All of Sunday's games for the NFL season and the Monday game and the Thursday game. So go over, check that out. You can find me this upcoming weekend. It's a plan is for next weekend. Myself and Peggy will be back to talk for DC Talk as we talk the first 4 episodes of Peacemaker. We do not have a set time yet. It will be next weekend over on our local establishment, so check that out. But you can always find me right here on Backbreaker Video with my boy AWS doing the Pop Spot, as we love to pop about all the spots we love in professional wrestling. You can also find lots of other great wrestling content here on Backbreaker Video. Go back to the archives, check out all the other great wrestling that is there. Also go over to if you want to see Mike live doing his AEW watch alongs right here on the Backbreaker Video YouTube or over on twitch.tv/Mike the Rev, where you can also see him playing live gaming content over there, all that fun stuff. And you want replays of the gaming content, go to youtube.com/@backbreaker_gaming for all the great gaming content in there. Big shout out to Real Canadian Wrestling. You can check them out on their Facebook page, Real Canadian Wrestling over on Facebook, and you get links to their tickets from there. Please come out and check them out. September 20th, Syd Greed's final match, a crazy, crazy death match.
Can I get a pop for that?
Pop, pop.
Pop, pop. And with that, we have come to the end of another wonderful episode of the Pop Spot. This has been my friend Andre C. I have been AWS. God, English is terrible. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe to Backbreaker Media, do all of the YouTube stuff. And until next time, stay poppin'. Bye-bye.